It's an animal world out there. Watch the World Animal Awareness Society channel and feel right at home. Come, sit, subscribe, and stay a while.
We have a person, confidential informant, telling us about some dog fighting. So we're going to take the signs off the van because we'll be driving actually by the dog fighting house, and we don't want them to recognize us as being part of dog rescue.
Around the world, wherever there are dogs in peril. Wherever there are dogs in peril, there are always dog saviors. Follow World Animal Awareness Society cameras as we uncover heroic scenes from around the world. People who can no longer stand by watching and doing nothing as innocent creatures suffer. This is the Dog Saviors.
Got you, Mama's got you.
She wanted us to angle the camera differently because they don't think that's where the dog fighters are entering. Apparently, they think they're going into that garage. And I said, well, I thought they were going in the back door. And she said, no, that's okay. And I told her, I said, I'm willing to buy a second camera. She goes, well, let's just see what gets picked up on the camera during on the weekend.
We'll see if they can take us over to where this suspected dog fighting house is.
Where are we right now?
We are in Southwest Detroit. Yep, we're here with some people that are talking to us about some animals that may need some help, possibly a dog fighting situation, or we're not for sure, but we're going to go by the location and scope it out and see what we find.
What can they tell us? What can you guys tell Terry about it right now, and I can hear you?
There's plenty of dogs in the back, and there's a treadmill in the house.
There's steroid kits for the animals. They got exercise equipment for the dogs. I mean, you can tell that it's a pit fighting ring.
It's a dirty house.
You can see that clearly.
So when they talk about steroid kits and training equipment for the dogs, if we can get any of that on video, then we can certainly get a warrant. We can get a search warrant and raid the house, have the house raided. What are the condition of the dogs? Do you ever have access? Can you see the dogs out back?
And outside, I can never see them. They're always in their little house trying to keep warm, but they're never clean.
Most of them are locked up in the basement.
And they have more in the basement.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have some outside and some in the basement.
There's plenty of you'll see little huts in the backyard.
And the house has been on fire before, and it runs off a generator.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When I go to Seacott, and how far away is that from here?
When Seacott should be after that green light, it should be like 3 streets after.
Yeah.
And it'll literally be the second house.
Like if you get in the right-hand lane.
Yeah. And make a right on Seacott. It's literally like 2 or 3.
Seacott's right after the strip club.
Okay.
Up here. Keep going.
And the house will be the second house on the left.
Oh, after the strip club.
Yeah, this is Seacott right here coming up.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you right now, you know what I mean? When you go by, if you see them, don't let them see the cameras because they're going to know.
Yeah.
They've already been raided.
Yeah, twice.
5 months ago.
So it will be
It's on the
Give me a
left.
heads up.
The second house on the left. Look in the backyard. You can slow down just a little bit.
So
They run off a generator.
Right. So at night, usually he tends to leave, but there's other known drug addicts that occupy the house. It's more of you're in there getting high, pretty much.
Like a trap house.
Right.
It's what it is.
Can I ask you to go by one more time, please?
So we do see that there's an alleyway here.
Yeah.
But when we talk to our people from the prosecutor's office, what they would like for us to do is try to find somebody who is willing to be a confidential informant.
So you can see
there's
towards the
little
back.
huts right there.
Now here we can back up.
See the back.
Make sure I'm not hitting anybody here.
See the huts back
All right,
there.
I see. Hold on. I want to zoom really quick.
It's hard to tell.
And you could probably walk along this fence line here.
There's one dog right there.
Yeah.
That's by one of the huts, but the huts are all next to each other along that privacy fence.
And as soon as you go back by the fence, they start barking, so that's how they know when people are around.
Right.
Because I guess his people have been stealing stuff from him, so.
Not only that, but he's talked to, he's told her plenty of times, like, about the, I don't know if you guys know what it is. It's called, they call them bait dogs.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what that stands for.
They have a puppy in there.
They're using puppies as bait dogs right now.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
So,
We'll make sure this stops.
And they have.
What's your
kittens.
understanding of what a bait dog is, you guys?
They
I'm not
throw.
sure.
They throw
That's what
it
they use
in They throw it in and use it to get other dogs like vicious more and throw it and basically toss it in for.
So like it's a training dog, a
Yeah.
practice
Yeah,
dog.
like a beat up dog. Pretty
Yeah.
much is what I'm
To see what they're
assuming it is.
capable of.
Thank you. And Terry, I just wanted to have a clean reading of their thoughts on what that was. I know you know.
Yes, I do. We've dealt with a few dog fighters in our history, unfortunately.
So before we cut around the corner again, which we're going to do, and we're going to try to be as brief as possible, and I'm running high speed, so we can go at an okay clip, and I can slow it down later. What's your take on this? What are we going to do? What's the?
We're going to give our information to the prosecutor's office and let them determine how they want to proceed. It's really up to, this is what we do. We gather the evidence, we give them all the information we can, and then we hope that they'll take the case and raid the house. And then we'll ask our informants here to please try to get pictures of those steroids, the steroid kits, because if they are able to get pictures of that, I'm 99% sure we can get a warrant to just raid the house. So.
And when you say the prosecutor's office, is this city or county?
This is Wayne County Prosecutor's Office.
Okay. Is this normally who you, when you're in a specific county, is that your principal?
We work mostly in Wayne County.
Okay.
We don't do very much in Macomb County. A little bit, but not much. More so in Wayne County. So, yep, that's who we usually deal with.
Okay. So the objective right now is to do one more once
drive-by.
around.
Yep. Can we go right up here? Is that a one-way also?
It's a one way.
That's okay. We'll go past it. And then we'll...
I prefer having you on that side too anyway, so you can kind of share with me some quick thoughts as we drive by. If you don't need to have your window open, I don't need to have my window open.
I just need a few pictures because I got to send all this again to Kelly so that she can assess the situation for herself.
We can pull these right from the very high-end video here.
Okay. Without people like these, we would never be able to get anybody locked up for this. And more importantly, get the dogs to safety. That's even more important.
Now, I'm not passing judgment, guys. I am asking a question. I'm a very curious bastard. That's literally my MO. And so it comes down to this. And I want you to be genuine. You know who you are. Is it because of the ability to put a couple of bucks in the pocket? Is it because of being able to help this dog? Is it a revenge thing that you don't like this guy?
This
No.
says, honestly, we don't even want money for this. This has nothing to do with cash.
We love pit
We
bulls
have-
at dogs.
we
We have a
pit
rescue
bull
pit
as
ourselves. We pick stray dogs up ourselves. We love animals.
And I believe them 100% because they called me without having ever been offered a financial incentive. That came after the fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're putting themselves on the line to rescue some dogs that don't belong to them. And so the
Just
financial
want to see
part,
them have better homes.
yeah, the financial part
Like,
is
they
just,
deserve it.
Well, that's really a thing here, Terry, because the people who do this thing are pretty thuggish,
Yes,
very
they are.
hardcore people.
I'm sure this person is very thuggish, right?
and,
There's no
and
doubt in
so-
my mind.
And so that's really a huge thing for you guys to avail yourself to do this because you really want a better life for these animals, and to have this person not be doing it, that's really that's a huge character thing. It's really, pretty stunning in my book.
Yeah.
Be safe, please. We all will. Is anybody potentially watching on the right side? I guess I should cover up this way so nobody can see what I'm doing here. next one. You guys think anybody's home? Now stop for just a moment.
There's someone in there.
There is someone in there?
Yeah.
All right, drive slow.
That's enough. That's all we need. And then, of course, the steroid kits are one of the most important pictures of that, or even more important than the pictures of the treadmill.
Right.
Now, for those that are unfamiliar with dog fighting, why are those items significant?
Well, steroids, of course, just like some athletes would use steroids. That's what some of the dog fighters would use on their dogs to make them stronger, faster, more aggressive. Yeah. And so they'll use steroids to make their dog the biggest and baddest one. And usually we also see with dog fighters, we'll see milk cartons. A lot of times they wash the dogs down with milk. We also see usually a lot of antibiotics because, a lot of times these dog fighters, these are like prize animals to them. It's like having a racehorse. They're very proud of their dogs many times, these dog fighters. And they actually, believe it or not, take usually fairly good care of them. And they're highly trained athletes, these dogs, at least the higher level dog fighters. So that's something that's very important. These are not low-level dog fighters if they have steroids, because those steroids cost money, and so we know that they must be bringing in a lot of money with their prize fighting dogs.
So the next objective here is you're
So
going
we'll
to
drop
take...
these people off, and
Yep.
then I will send the information that we have gotten so far to the prosecutor's office, and then we'll let them do their part and hopefully get a picture of the steroids and go from there.
Hello everybody, we have merch! Woo! Woo!
Help save a life today. Your donation will send the World Animal Awareness Society team on our next mission. From all of us here at the World Animal Awareness Society and WA2S Films, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.